Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning. Well, that's why I'm still in bed. Me? You know who I am. I'm FayWhat. And welcome back to the FayWhat Show, the only show where we spill the queer tea right from my bed. This program was created by Hotspot Happening Out. The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and I'm broadcasting live and also available on demand. In 2025, our Hotspots magazine celebrates 40 years of documenting the LGBTQ plus experience. It's the largest publication of its kind in Florida and one of the oldest in America. Happening Out Television Network's Queer News Tonight is celebrating over 11,000 television stories and 11 million streaming views so far in 2025. Hotspots Happening Out will be producing some of the most incredible LGBTQ plus events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manor Stonewall Pride, and our diversity festival, Pride Fest. We represent the same model of PBS and NPR. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. It is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, and I hope that you had a great Labor Day weekend. I'm currently away, hanging out with dogs and gay boys somewhere. But don't worry, I'll be back live next week. And in the meantime, we have some fantastic episodes lined up featuring topics that you might have missed or some that are just your favorite. So stay tuned.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word, is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton, is that girl, Latina but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
So let's kiki about what's going on in our community with my favorite gay guy pal, Alex Tikas. First, we'll take gay bat signals for $1,000. Drew Goins, the blonde-haired journalist from Honolulu, made waves Monday night on Jeopardy with a cheeky move, facing a Final Jeopardy question about a 21st century business that changed its name to avoid brand confusion. Goins correctly answered Tinder, okay? T-I-N-D-R, not Tinder, T-I-N-D-E-R. Fans couldn't miss the nod to Grindr, of course, the popular gay dating app. Goins' playful flair and winning turtleneck only added to his appeal, with fans swooning over this hot Jeopardy winner. How cute is this Jeopardy winner? I freaking love him, and the fact that he sends out the gay bat signal to all of us. What are we all talking about? What do you think?
I think Grindr's very happy. They're
Right?
getting more subscription.
Like, you know, if no, Grindr doesn't need any more subscriptions.
God.
Think about it.
I hope they're all sending out accurate pictures, whoever they are, and not pictures from 10 years ago. Remember that?
10 years ago. Oh my God. He never forgets that. We did a Dear FayWhat where somebody went and used old pictures for their Tinder, for their
And they're
Grindr,
like,
for
what?
everything.
What's wrong with them? I look just like, no, you don't. I will never forget.
When the person came to hook up for their Grindr, the guy was like, no, bitch, I'm not. You don't look like your picture. This is your picture from 10 years ago. And the guy was like, but that's me. And he's like, that was
That's
you 10
you.
years ago.
Yes,
so
that's
the guy
you.
said to him, I would F you 10 years ago, not now.
Anyway, let's stay on
Anyway, so you think that it was? Do you think that it was on purpose? I know you. That still gets you heated. He still gets mad at that.
No, of course it was on purpose. He was like, he was trying to be cute.
Right? Yeah. Because he spelled it exactly like Grindr, and it was just super cute. But he looked so innocent when he's like.
you gotta watch out for the innocent.
You gotta find out. You gotta watch out for the innocent ones. That's what.
And he had to put. Why didn't he put his profile name up there?
Right, hashtag in his profile. His boyfriend probably would be mad.
Right.
But isn't it cool when we get to do little subliminal things like to people, or like when you meet people that are family and you don't know their family until you say something and they
Or you go to a gay bar and you wear your little armband on the left side or on the right side.
Okay.
That's the bat signal, whether you're a top or a bottom. Did you know that?
Okay. So that's funny that you said that because
We're talking about bat signals.
No,
so.
we are okay. Salvo. Hi, Salvo.
Hi,
I
Salvo.
love
Love
Salvo.
you.
So
I love you, and not because you're the owner of my bar.
yeah. Okay. So Salvo is the owner of the Eagle Wilton Manors, and he's a good friend of mine. And I go to dinner at his house every couple of months. And so he was talking about that, right? I was saying how there's only bottoms in Wilton Manors, right? And he said, "Do you know that I went and I was gonna wear the armband, and he didn't want to cover his tattoo. He's got a beautiful tattoo on his left arm,
Right.
and he didn't want to cover it, so he had it on the right arm."
Oh.
And somebody was like,
Did he though? Did he really just put it on his left arm?
"It was a mistake, right, Salvo?"
Was it a mistake, Salvo? Was it?
But so then he was like, "But I haven't heard of that since the handkerchiefs, remember?" So
Yes, there are handkerchiefs on the left and on the right in different colors and whatever. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a whole,
It's a whole thing.
Why don't you just like get a T-shirt that says "top" on it?
And
like
that's
it'll
it.
save you a lot of
That's
trouble.
it.
Or well, like there's this company called Breedwell.
Okay.
Who makes like slutty like harnesses.
I love that.
and
I'm in.
literally neon sign on the harness that's blinking that says "slut top." Like, I mean, how obviously slut bottom, verse, whatever.
Oh my
Literally, it's
God.
blinking. So it's like, you know what? They finally got it.
They finally got
There's
it.
the bat signal.
There's
for
the bat
you.
signal. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like us in community, we're a mess, and we find everything funny, and we giggle everything. I was thinking about an AA meeting once, right? That they're talking about. We're constantly talking about hitting our bottom. You know what I mean? And I was at a gay one,
But
a gay
at the game
meeting.
where they all giggle. Yeah.
We all giggle.
Yeah. Or when you're doing a big book study and like the word gay comes up and they're like, I was having a gay time, and everybody in the gay meeting starts, but he was just having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for us, it was different. Anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this FayWhat show, Kiki, to support our LGBTQ plus community. So let's kiki on this interesting story. So Bob the Drag Queen lit up the 13th Annual Queerties Awards with fierce shade and biting humor. Decked out in her signature green trader's cloak, she took aim at Trump and Musk, quipping, quote, "I'd like to start tonight with a message to our current leadership. I know there is a new executive branch in town, he who shall not be named, and his musky little friend. I haven't seen two bozos split a win like that since Trinity the Tuck and Monet Exchange on All Stars 4, end quote. Damn, the shade. As the new head of Doge Department of Gay Excellence, Bob signed playful executive orders while delivering a powerful message. Take a look.
I know. There's a new executive branch in town, he who shall not be named, and his musky little friend. Now listen, I have not seen two bozos split a win like that since Trinity the Tuck and Monet Exchange on All Stars 4. But as your fearless host tonight, I'm here to lead the right way, to govern and enact executive orders on a whim. Starting with today, I'm going to be renaming the Gulf of Mexico, and it should now be called Darien Lake. But at this age, she's more like Silver Lake. And how about some presidential pardons, okay? I hereby pardon Lady Gaga. I do. Yes, Joker Folia Do was bad, but she gave us abracadabra. I'm also gonna slap some very heavy tariffs on repeat offenders. A 25% tax on bachelorette parties at gay bars. It is done. A 25% tariff on straight people saying slay. And a 150% tariff on straight men purchasing podcast equipment. It must be done.
I love Bob the Drag Queen. I mean, like, he's just so freaking funny.
Bob is so intelligent and witty and
Yes.
really, really on top of his game.
Yes. I was watching the show Traders because he was on it, right, with Alan Cummings. And the second that he got booted off, I stopped watching. Like, I lost. You got rid of the drag queen. I lost interest.
Yeah.
Chuck, how important is it for us to make fun of these times? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's only April 1st. You know what I mean? Like, so this bozo's only been in office a couple of months, and he's done so much to us. Like, I was talking to somebody over at SunServe, my brother is CEO over there, and he was telling me that in the last 4 months, they've had more people talk about how anxious they are, how upset they are about the world. They've had more people call in the last 4 months than in the last 4 years.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It is so fucked up
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
I mean, every day I can't consume myself with the news. Like I used to watch it a lot more, but I kind of limited myself to like, you know, a half hour on my phone, news, half hour like maybe on TV. Because I get sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
It's just everything about us is being attacked. The trans community is going through hell. We're all going through hell, and it's just going to get worse. So I'm hoping that, you know, in the election today, the elections today, there's a possibility we could take over the House.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a slim chance, but if everyone actually goes and votes, it may make a difference.
It may make a difference. Yeah.
At least to have some kind of controls on Trump and what he's trying to do. It's sickening. It's upsetting, and we have to stand up and we have to fight, and we cannot back down.
And we also need to laugh, Chuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is why stuff like this is funny. Like, you know, we have always, as community, we've always been able to make fun of ourselves. Excuse me. It's what has gotten us through many dark times, is to make fun of ourselves. And that's what Bob is doing right there, you know, while also making fun of himself and his fellow competitors on Drag Race. So, I mean, it doesn't get any more fun than that. You know, we've got to laugh. We've got to enjoy. We've got to also unify and just know that midterm elections will matter, right?
Yes.
That, you know, like he wants to run for a third term, folks, okay? And he ain't playing. He's telling us what he wants to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have to find the humor, just like you said.
Yep.
We've got to laugh because it is the only thing that's going to keep us in the fight. We just got to spend that quiet time with your friends, go see a movie, just escape, but do it in healthy ways because we're in for it.
Yes, sir. That's true. So that is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. Let's kiki on this interesting story. So trans icon Laverne Cox is feeling the heat after revealing her ex-boyfriend was a MAGA Republican New York Police Department cop. I'm going to say that again. Her ex-boyfriend was a MAGA Republican NYPD cop. So it was revealed in a promo for her new one-woman show, Girl, How Did I Get Here? And fans are not laughing. Instead, many felt betrayed. The clip shows Cox reminiscing about their romance, calling it healing. After being roasted in the comments, Cox took to Instagram Live to defend herself for 53 minutes, calling the relationship beautiful and insisting she's not confused about MAGA politics. But LGBTQ plus folks weren't having it. One follower said, quote, Girl, the D can't be that good, end quote. Another comment said, quote, he voted against you, end quote. What do you think? Watch this.
My ex-boyfriend, when we met 5 years ago at the height of the pandemic, he was 26, I was 48. He is blonde hair, blue-eyed, MAGA Republican voter who is a New York City police officer. We were madly in love. I did not develop any of these politics. I still have my own. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend was 22 years younger than me, hot MAGA Republican New York City police officer. Yeah. To hear more about that, come to my show at City Winery in New York City, July 28th. It's a Monday, shows 9 8 p.m.
Are you gagged? Because I'm gagged, okay? Laverne Cox's MAGA man sparks queer chaos. What are we all talking about? What you think, Jess?
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
I
don't even know where to start with this one. I appreciated her confidence in her video.
Yes, and she looked flawless.
She looked amazing.
She looked beautiful.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, 5 years ago, I mean, we were talking about 5 years ago, because this is when you had started your business, was 5 years ago during COVID. And we were thinking about how our mental state was during that time. You know, okay, how about that? I'm going to give you a point for that, because it was during COVID and our mental state was not well.
Right.
We weren't around the same amount of people as we usually were. We weren't doing the same events. We weren't going out as much. Come on.
Right. Well, and I'm like, I literally don't even know, because I'm the type of person, like, you like it, I love it. Like, I'm not gonna sit and judge you, especially for your romantic relationship and what comes up during those. And like, what did that look like though? Right? Like, what was the impact for her? But I mean, she's saying it was a beautiful relationship and all these things. I don't. What do you think?
You know, it's hard because, like, I have straight friends, right? I have straight friends. I have straight friends who have told me that, straight single friends that have told me that dating since Trump has gotten into office has been way harder, right? That people put on their profiles that they are conservatives. Right? And like literally saying Democrats don't even bother, right? Boys put that on their freaking thing, right? And so, my best friend Michelle has had to pivot as to like her dating, right? Because it's like, okay, I cannot date someone. Oh, and she even had matched with someone who was MAGA, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, after the first day, she was like, I can't continue a relationship, even a friendship, with someone who wants the rights of my best friends gone. I can't.
Right. And she's like so sure of that line, that boundary for her.
Yes. Now, this is Laverne Cox, who is our icon, who is someone we look up to, who is someone who trans people look up to.
Oh, yeah.
And go, wow, if she can do it, I can do it too. And then see her fall into that, because that's got to be almost on the cusp of abusive behavior. Jess, I can't imagine you being with someone that's high macho shit is NYPD cop.
Right. And MAGA.
And Republican. You know what I mean? Like, I almost fear for her.
Right. That's where I'm like, so how did they make it work in a way that's like, because I can respect and appreciate that people are going to have differences, right? And I mean, and the word MAGA and Republican, like, that's being thrown around all the time. And what is behind that, right? Because I've met a lot of people like that, and I believe in like being able to have civil conversations as much as possible.
Yes, of course.
Until they do some crazy stuff. But no, it really is important to me to be able to have these conversations. So, if they were able to find the thing, right, that created love, who else is there to step in and be like, that doesn't work and that's wrong because of,
or that's not right. Yeah.
And I get it, because it's like, what are his beliefs, and clearly are they strong enough to follow through with it?
Well, or is he on a self-loathing level, Jess? You know what I mean? Or is he on a fetish level? And that's a whole other level that, that's not appreciated by the trans community. You understand? So all these kind of things come into play. And then just my sexy ass bad bitch thoughts are like, that bedtime must be fucking great. Like, take it, you MAGA. Take it, you MAGA. Like, just beating on him and like calling like making him say things. Like,
ooh, so when you were saying fetish, I was like, from who? Now we're talking about all of it.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They should start an OnlyFans. She needs to stop with all this.
She looks so cute up there being like, and it was great.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And, and I say thank you. But you know what? It's her ex also, right? And we've all had that relationship that we shouldn't have been in, or that we stayed in a little longer than we should have.
Right.
Everyone has.
And when did she find out? When did she find out he was a MAGA Republican? There's so many unknowns.
The's so many unknowns. That's
why I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
You're right. It's too much, but still, we're both gagged.
Gagged.
Okay. And this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ plus community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to The FayWhat Show. Zoe Saldana, fresh off her Golden Globe win for Emilia Perez, got personal about her teenage years and queer crushes in an interview with W Magazine. Saldana shared that her first kiss at 13 was with a girl, adding, quote, I was already kissing a whole bunch of girls by the time I was 13, 14. Girls are such better kissers, end quote. Reflecting on her youthful crushes, she also admitted a soft spot for Prince and Annie Lennox, saying, quote, I love a woman that's masculine and a man who is feminine. I find that to be really sexy, end quote. Zoe Saldana opens up about crushes on women. Girls are just better kissers. What do you think?
I've had a good amount of experience, believe it or not, with as gay as I am. In college, we would go. This is terrible. So please, no one do what I'm about to tell you that we did. But we would go out intentionally to straight clubs, like groups of 4 or 5 of us gay guys, and see how many girls we could kiss over the night. And we did it like a contest.
What a freaking game.
I mean, it's really kind of mean when I think about it now, but it was us kind of trying to to be masculine even though we were gay.
Yes. To show that if we wanted to.
Yeah. That was just, hey, if I wanted to, I could have you a girl. In fact, watch this. So yeah, I mean, girls are phenomenal kissers, but I love her point there about like kind of the little bit of the feminine in a guy, a little bit of a masculine in a girl, because there's something that's really like integrous about that. That when somebody is their own balance of masculinity and femininity, you know that they're being themselves.
Yes.
Nothing is hotter than just that kind of genuine, full-on me. And it makes you wonder sometimes, I think in a dating scenario, when the lipstick lesbian is just so lipstick, or when the butch gay guy is just so butch, like, okay, what's the real you?
Yeah.
Because it feels like you're wearing a gender
mask.
stereotype.
100%.
100%. So I really do get where she's coming from. It's kind of that sapiosexual side of things of like, I'm really attracted to who you are intellectually.
Yes. And the fact that you're your authentic, right, that it comes through. And I remember being a kid seeing Boy George, seeing Annie Lennox, and saying there's something about them that really attracts me, that was just sexy, the androgynousness of it all, androgynousness of it all, like it's just something, like you said, like a yin yang, right? Like a yin yang was the first tattoo I ever got, and I loved it because it was like basically saying that we're all on the spectrum, right, of gender fluidity of it all. Right? Like, it's like you can be ultra masked, but have that feminine side. You can be ultra feminine, but have that masculine side. And it's okay.
Yeah. Put on those leather pants, but it's okay to have a rhinestone or two.
Underneath, like as a thong.
Oh. How did you know? FayWhat has x-ray vision? I'm so embarrassed.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this FayWhat Show, Kiki, to support our LGBTQ plus community. At the FayWhat Show, we need to help my gay boys. They're my favorite people in the whole entire world. So in our segment called Dear FayWhat, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy in a lesbian's body to help my fellow gay boys. This week, Ready to Block You sent me an email. Here's the letter. Dear FayWhat, love the show. I'm happy as a bachelor who regularly meets up with guys online. It's never serious to me, just fun. I'm not looking for dates, just sex. I'm also not really looking for anything beyond the 1 or maybe 2 time thing. Variety is the spice of life, right? Over the years, I've developed a habit of blocking guys after I've been with them. It's nothing personal. I do it to everyone I hook up with eventually. Maybe this is rude. Maybe it's fine. I don't know, but it's never been an issue for me until recently. I was at Hunter's nightclub for New Year's Eve when I saw a guy who I had met up with last fall. As soon as he noticed me, he stormed across the room. The guy was pissed. He immediately went off on me for ghosting him, then said that I did the same thing to a friend of his and proceeded to slut shame me. I felt totally ambushed and embarrassed since he did it in front of everyone. After telling me off, he left the party before midnight. I also didn't feel like sticking around, so I ended up going home and deleting all the apps. I rang in the new year by myself in my apartment in Wilton, feeling like a complete a-hole. Deep down, I've always known this could happen eventually. Someone from my past might see me, get mad, and confront me. I just didn't expect for it to happen in the middle of Hunters in front of all my friends. It was so hurtful. Am I wrong to feel upset by this? Am I wrong to block guys? The whole thing has got me overthinking everything about how I've approached bachelorhood. Ready to block you. What do you think, Kelly? What do you think? This guy's basically sleeping with everybody and then ghosting them and thinking that it's not going to come up and catch up with him someday.
Girl, I got blocked too, girl.
Could you sleep with him too?
I get blocked too, girl.
But is that right? Like, is that right for him to do?
Mom, I feel like when people hook up with me, it's like charity work. Well, hooked up with the wildebeest, honey. That's it. I don't want her to message me. That sucks, girl.
That's sad.
Welcome to the gay life. It's horrible.
So is that just part of the deal, that you sleep with someone and you expect for them to block you after?
And let me tell you, that's actually kind of shady.
It's very shady.
Because if that person, let's say, has an STD, that person, the person that let's say hooked up with, cannot message him and be like, hey, you gave me this, go get checked.
Or I have this, I might have given you this. Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like you're hiding something, but at the same time, he's not, because he slept with him and bye-bye. I don't, that's just so sad. It really is. It
Yeah,
really
because you're looking at it from the opposing, from the other side. You're seeing it from someone blocking you, right? Like, I personally think that this guy, like, you need some help, Papi. How about that? All right, you should maybe talk to someone, maybe go to a therapist or something. You know, Be Fair Mental Health has an office in Wilton Manors. You know, Sunserve. There's a lot of other places. I think you have relationship issues. I'm no therapist. I know nothing about nothing. Okay, I'm just saying from my gay boy expertise, it kind of seems like you have issues getting close to people, that after one time or two time you're ready to block them, you know, and for the most part it hasn't caught up with you. But you got one crazy person, I bet you he was Latino, you caught him on the off day and he was like, bitch, I'm not letting you go without hearing my words that you upset me by blocking me after. You know what I mean? So maybe some self, like some just, I don't know, some self stuff. You need to like maybe sit with yourself for a little bit and figure out why it is that you feel that you have to block everyone. You know, people have been intimate with you. People have tasted how you taste and smelled how you smelled. And then maybe they don't want to be friends with you anymore. But I mean, you just completely closing that door can be kind of rude to the other person, can make the other person feel kind of, you know, a certain kind of way. Sex is sex.
Yeah.
Friendship means something more. Maybe you connect with someone at a different level and like you want to be friends. Being friends isn't easy in Wilton either, or here in South Florida.
I know. Well, even for the guy, like, come on, like, I've done a lot of hookups. Oh, girl. Oh, that just came out really wrong. But let's be real. We all know that if we hook up with a guy, it's to hook up with the guy. Unless we set something of, hey, you want to go on a date? And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But every gay guy that is on Grindr, Sniffies, on all those apps, I have them all. And I still haven't found a man. Someone, please.
Yes, me.
But we all know that if it's a hookup, it's a hookup. It's gonna be a hookup.
Yeah.
You know. Unless you say, "Hey, you want to go on a date" or something like that.
No, that's true.
So for him to literally just block everyone, it's like, girl. I mean, it comes to a point that Grindr and all these things have like a reach of limit that you can block too.
That's true too. And you know, and South Florida is just small. Also, understand that you are going to run into someone that might remember you. You might not remember them, you know, so just be aware of that. And you're closing yourself off to possibilities, right? You can't just block everyone like that, you know. But like what Kelly said, most of these guys don't want to see you ever again anyway either. So maybe you did them a favor, you know what I mean?
So what's the point?
But like, you know, don't sit at home New Year's Eve by yourself. That was stupid. There was no reason for you to do that. You should have just gone back out there, or just, what an easy thing. Sorry. Or my fault. It was, you know, I'm not good at that kind of stuff, and left it there. They're gonna understand and try to keep it moving.
You should have called me.
You should have called Kelly. She loves to be blocked.
I take rejection very easy.
She feels like, you know, it's like, you know, with every other rejection is closer to her husband. So she's okay with that.
Closer.
Listen, if you are going through anything, make sure that you send us your dear FayWhats, because we want to hear from you, all right? Just send them out to FayWhat@happeningout.com, okay? So be sure to like, subscribe, and share this FayWhat show feature, Dear FayWhat, and support our LGBTQ plus community. So that's it. That's the FayWhat show, best of. And I hope that you had fun. You know, I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. I got to tell you, it's often hard for us girls. But if we believe we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We opened the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity, because it really is what makes us so damn strong. Until next time, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets: Facebook, IG, Blue Sky, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow FayWhat. Until next Tuesday at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I am #ThatGirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Please consider fostering or adopting a pet in need. Love you. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #ThatGirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #ThatGirl. Pride-filled tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Tina, but she's universal too.